Well, everybody, it's been a while. Kaylee and I have been very busy. The world has gone crazy with the coronavirus and there's all kinds of things going on, but um, I've been furloughed from work, so it's given me some opportunity to catch up on videos. We're probably going to be making some more content. Um, but for where we left off with the RV situation, this is going to be the continuation of that video. We left off with the RV parked overnight uh, in the parking lot of the Family Dollar near our house. And you're going to see where it went from there. So, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello.
Oh.
We're at home, as you can see. We're not in some beautiful destination with our beautiful RV because we've completed the return process.
Yeah, but not before when we got up this morning to pick up the RV out of the parking lot.
It was gone.
It was towed. Impounded, actually.
Impounded specifically. They made sure there was a clear difference when I called the gentleman. Yes, sir, it'll be $375 because it was impounded. Because you parked it on private property.
Oh, boy.
I can't claim that I'm ignorant to what I was doing. But I was... What?
It's been 9 hours.
Yeah. It was 9 hours. I was so sure that RV America...
Cruise America.
Cruise America. I keep saying that. Cruise America was going to make all of this right, fix all of these issues, give us all this money, that I honestly, even if it was going to get towed, I was like, screw it. If it gets towed, it gets towed. They told us, they gave us no other option, was how I looked at it. They weren't offering us a hotel. They weren't offering to get the air conditioning fixed. It's Florida. It's like cruel and unusual punishment. If you left a kid in a car in Florida, you'd go to jail. But these people can rent you a vehicle, and you're expected to sleep in it overnight. Like, I don't understand how the difference is there. So we didn't think there was an option, and I figured if it got towed, they would pay it.
Well, they closed their gates. You can't leave it on their...
Yeah, you can't leave it at their property. We called. They said that sometimes they have agreements with businesses for after-hour drop-offs. In this case, they didn't have an agreement like that. They suggested we park it at a Walmart, or there's a school across the street that might work. And I figured a school would be the worst idea ever because people would probably have an issue with that.
Yeah.
And this quiet little business by our house with all these covered oak trees. It's dark, it's shaded, nobody's around, nobody goes back there. We thought it would be perfect. And it was gone.
Gone.
And I was, as much of a temper as I can have at moments, I couldn't even be angry. Like, I was angry, but it was just such disappointment that everything just keeps getting worse and worse.
I mean, I joked about it last night about getting towed, not like...
No, we didn't think it would happen.
Like, really thinking it was going to happen. I mean, it's literally been... It sat there for, what? We dropped it off at 9, and they towed it at 1 a.m., so...
Yeah. We got there at 8 a.m. and it was gone. It's less than 24 hours that she and I both have been on vacation from work. And we're probably out $700. And we have nothing to show for it. Except some dollar store pots and pans. And
only one pan.
One pan. And we did get a really nice clearance box of Rice Krispies that tastes like cardboard from Walmart.
So bad.
So, I mean, that's a plus.
So we are out our $20 from the camping last night.
$20 from the campground. I didn't know the gas stations cap you. I went to fill this thing up because, God forbid, we rent an RV that has gas in it already. It had 3/8 of a tank, so we filled it up. It maxed out the gas pump at $99. I've never seen that before. So we're out that $99. I had to use my Hertz points, which we're saving for our honeymoon, to get a one-way rental down there to pick up the RV. which was technically
We had
$150.
We had KOA reservations for tonight and tomorrow night, and we only got one of those nights back because it hasn't been 48 hours because we're in the middle of our trip.
So we canceled late. The food and everything, and now $375 for this
Yep.
impoundment. So yeah, we get to Cruise RV or Cruise America. I was really hoping a manager was going to be there because I'm not the yelling type, and I thought I'd be able to just man to man say, "Hey, what can you do to help me out here?" And honestly, I think he probably would have given us all of it back if he had have been there. But as of right now, what they offered us was 2 of our 3 nights back, even though we didn't even have the thing but for 1 night. Because the reservation was for 3 nights, they would have charged us for the full 3. So they're giving us the 2 nights we didn't use back, even though the air conditioner didn't work.
We paid $12 a day for insurance, and we have to pay all 3 days for that.
Yeah. So we got that special that we were so proud of at the beginning of the video for $39 a night. Our price ended up being $85 with the insurance and taxes.
For 1 night.
For 1 night of an RV we didn't sleep in. We didn't even use. Like, we barely had to. We cleaned it because, thankfully, Kaylee's smart enough to say we have to at least give it back to them in a certain way. Because in my eyes, I was like, well, they're going to lay out the red carpet for us because this is such a mess. We shouldn't have to do any of it. But she at least had the foresight to clean it. We didn't have to dump tanks or anything because we didn't use the thing at all.
We only had to clean it because it was raining.
Yeah,
and we got
so
mud
we
on the
tracked mud in
inside.
there. So they offered just to give us 2 free nights out of the 3. Which maybe if we were on like a month rental across country and we were going to get a new RV back, then the inconvenience might have given us a night or 2. That would have been great. But the whole trip was 3 nights. Like, if we can't do one of those nights, the whole thing's ruined. So it was all ruined. We decided to not try to get them to give us another RV to go up to St. Augustine because it would have cost us so much more money just to go with the cost of gas in the thing alone. And
Well,
food.
we loaded it, we unloaded it, we loaded it. Like, I don't want to load another RV to have to just unload it again in 2 days. Not even 2 days.
So, yeah, the girl basically said, my manager's not here. She called him. He gave me the permission to give you 2 days. You can sign this piece of paper, which waives all your rights to suing us or anything for this extra money you feel you're owed. And we'll give you those 2 free nights back, and your card will only be charged $85. Or you don't sign, and we charge you the full amount, and you have to fight it out with us on the back end. And I knew that I was going to be contacting their company anyway, so I said I'd rather get most of my money back and hope that they just do the right thing and comp the whole thing. I don't think they're going to give us a check for $500 of all the other stuff, but I don't think we would ever rent. I don't know. I'm such a sour taste of renting RVs now at this point. I don't know if we would ever rent one again.
You sent them an email, so we're gonna give them a chance to respond, and before we make our official.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This video isn't gonna be titled "We Hate Cruise America" until we give them a chance to. Yeah, probably will. Until we give them a chance to redeem themselves. I'm hoping they at least make the whole thing free. That should be a minimum in my eyes, and we'll still probably say we hate them. And then on top of that, they should probably offer us some kind of credit towards another trip. Because I can't expect them to give us cash.
Yeah.
Which we probably won't use, but at least they'd be trying at that point. And then I would just be like, be warned of Cruise America. Because you basically rent an RV that all the fine print says, if anything breaks, we'll fix it eventually. But there's no guarantees.
Well, I'm only upset. Well, we'll get into we'll do the whole review and stuff at the end.
Oh, we never even did a walkthrough or anything.
Well, no. I was thinking because they really
This is what we live with.
animals.
Yeah.
when you do the discounted or one way, like cheap things, like they don't guarantee that the condition of the thing.
Yeah, that's...
They made it sound like, well, you don't know what you get when you do that. It's either hit or miss. It's going to work or it's not. They didn't
because it was a one-way rental, it's most likely an older model that needs refurbishing. So they just made it sound like it happens. And I get it happens. But it's the whole idea, like, if you rent a car, and I don't care what company it is. I mean, some are better than others, obviously, but pretty much any car you rent, if you don't like the one that was... Really, Kat?
Roxy, come on.
If you don't like the one that was assigned to you, most of the time you can go back in, and if they have something else available, they'll take care of you. If you're in the middle of your trip and something goes wrong with that car, those people bend over backwards. Like they're worried about making sure... You rented a vehicle, you're guaranteed a vehicle. We rented an RV, not a van that pulls a house behind it, where the van is covered but the house isn't. But that's basically what it comes down to. If the van breaks down, that's the only time that they will bend over backwards per their fine print. But a breakdown does not constitute any of the auxiliary stuff not working. Water heater, water pump, all that stuff. None of that is considered like breakdown in their fine print. And I would never...
Yeah,
I would never trust the company with that. If so, I would have called when we made the reservation if I had known that was like that and said, hey, what are we about to rent? Because I don't want this thing to break down in the middle of it. And they're going to tell me it's an older model being refurbished, and we'd say,
never mind.
Yeah. So it's only 2015.
We didn't know till we went to pick it up, and the guy's like, oh, this is a older model. They're selling it. Well, that's why they want the RV up there.
Yeah.
Great.
And that the team might be sitting there waiting, chomping at the bit to start renovating it once we drop it off.
Yeah, hopefully they don't sell it with a broken AC.
Yeah. And the thing was only a 2015. That's the crazy part. But it had 113,000 miles on it because I'm sure they run all over the country. But it shook and rattled, and there were little things broken inside of it. But all of that we would have looked past because we were having a great time for a $39 RV. Who cares? And then... literally, as soon as you turn it off and the AC stops, everything gets miserable real quick. So, yeah.
See you in a while, crocodile.
We're done.
Hasta luego, alligator.
So, just to summarize where everything ended up, because we wanted to give Cruise America time to do what they got to do as the plane flies by. Kaylee's at work right now, sorry, so you're just getting me. She is a healthcare provider. She's a sonographer, so she's out there fighting through this virus with everybody. So Cruise America did email back. At first they offered a $75 credit towards the next rental, and nothing else. So they did not want to budge on returning any more money than the 2 nights. I explained to them that I understood the situation. I understood that they don't have to do anything. I just wanted them to do something to maintain a customer. And they chose to quote all their verbiage in their contract that said they had nothing that they had to do legally. And it's exactly what you expect from a large corporation that doesn't care about the little things. They ended up giving an offer of $150, and that was their final offer, take it or leave it, basically. $150 credit towards the next rental, which most likely will never rent there again, if at all, from anywhere. So it doesn't do me any good. So yeah, we're basically... I've calmed down. We've both calmed down about the whole situation. So it's not like I want to say, oh, this terrible company, they're the worst people in the world. They're where they are because they have contracts that protect them, and they chose to enforce that contract to the letter instead of doing what was probably right to keep a customer. I don't hate them for it. I made mistakes. They made mistakes that they're allowed to make. And it is what it is. Now I'm going to make a video making sure people are aware of the risk with renting with a company like that. So that's where we're at. And we just need to buy our own RV so we don't have to worry about it anymore, which hopefully will be on the way soon. All right, guys, thanks.
Leaving the tow company, $375 later.